Hello everyone. We are going to be making Shadow Cat soap today with soap clay embeds scented with love soil. Welcome to Cabbage Patch Soap. My name is Laura and I am just getting my gloves on and getting ready because first we have to cut the almond milk lavender oatmeal soap. Hi Patty, welcome. Welcome Ian. Sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, let me fix my chat so I can see everything again. There we go. Hi Stacy, welcome. Welcome Lorna. I'm just getting gloves on right now and then we will start the soap. Okay. Suppose the first thing we should do is cut the soap that we made last time. So it's still in the box. And that's how it looks. At least on the top. Just a moment. I need to find a place to set this down. There we go. Alright. I also need to adjust my camera. I feel like every time I do something to solve the camera problem, a new issue kind of comes up, but nah, maybe there's nothing that can be done. I'll fix it later. Okay, so I'm going to put the microphone back on. Here we go. This little side comes out here, similar to my little molds, and we can just slide this out. And then the mold itself is made out of silicone, just like the ones that you guys use for that stuff. Acrylic, can't think of the word now, of course. You guys know what I'm talking about. Resin. There we go. Geez. Today is a brain fart day. Okay. So what I'm going to do is pull the sides away first to help this release more easily. We'll give that a second. Here is the little... Yeah, resin. Thank you, Stacey. Here is the little bar that we made. I'll pull that out. And then here's mine. And so normally I just pull this straight out, but just so you guys can get an idea of how this works, you can take off the rubber bands first. This little side just comes out, and then you can easily just slide the mold straight out. And then I've got little holes drilled in them too, because if you prefer to just pull it straight out, that will break the suction. All right. Whoops. And then you just put it back together. And now it's ready to be used again. So I'm going to go ahead and put these wooden molds out of the way so that I do not have them in the way. reading what you're saying here. That sounds great, Patty. I'll have to check it out. Go ahead and post the name of the group so we can find it. All right, and I got a paper. So let me just grab the papers that I got. Okay. And this time I put the paper on a tray because we're going to have a lot of soap. This will make it so I don't have to carry them off one at a time. Hello, Ian. Again, welcome. Crafty Creators. Let me read that. Crafty Creators by Patty. Perfect. We'll have to, when I'm done here, I'll have to go look for that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just pull this out. In fact, I'll start with the little one. And I usually just push up from the bottom a little bit because you want to break the suction. And then turn it upside down. And this one's going to release real easy because it's so small, but there we go. That's that little slab. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one yet. We shall see, but it is an extra large chunk of soap. Maybe I can cut it into squares or something. Make little cubes. Hi, Stormy. Welcome. Trying to keep up with the chat here. I apologize if I get behind. I'm just putting the little soap crumbs back into the mold so that they don't get in the way. All right, I'm going to toss that aside. Okay, so now this one. And I might as well put the crumbs straight in here straight away. Okay. I'm going to turn this upside down just like before. I'm going to try to break the suction. You can kind of see it releasing if the camera's picking that up. There we go. And then I just try to pull it out. Some of these will come out easier than others. There we go. And that's how it looks. You got the oatmeal and then the blue. It's still a little bit soft, which is fine. And then there's this side. And then because of the almond milk in this, it'll probably darken a little bit over time, but that's completely harmless. Anytime you put like botanicals or, food type stuff in a soap, it causes it to darken. It's just naturally what happens. Okay, and then we've got some more soap crumbs up here. I'm going to shake the little crumbs off real quick. And the only reason to do this, shaking the crumbs off, is sometimes if the soap cutter cuts through them, it'll drag them through the bar of soap and you'll get little drag marks, which are annoying, but they don't hurt the soap. But sometimes I just want it to look nice. Okay. Now this one, since this mold is so big, I can literally just peel it off like that. And now we've got this gigantic slab of soap, which we will cut now. So I'm going to set it here. And I can feel that one is still really soft. So probably I could have taken it out maybe yesterday and then let it set out overnight. So it would be a little drier today, but that will not hurt anything. Get all these little crumbs off of here. Okay. I'm going to put this mold down over here. All right. Okay. What we're going to do now is cut this soap. I'm going to make sure all the wires are tight. And let me see what you're saying here. You're usually busy on Thursdays? Oh, awesome. Well, it's good that you're able to show up here. Hopefully, it's at least as exciting as what you were originally had planned. Hi, Cindy Lee. Welcome. Oh, also, Stacy, be sure to tell Paula about this so that she can see the soap cutting on the replay. Because I know that she really wanted this soap made. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get this. We'll start with the big one. Clunk. And we'll put it kind of centered so you can see it better. Okay, there we go. And let's see. I think it'll actually get me all the bars. So what I'm going to do now is just test the wires and make sure they're all taut. This one's a little loose. There we go. That one's loose on that one. They just kind of loosen up over time from just sitting on the shelf. Here, that one. And since for filming, I tend to use one side of the cutter more than the other. One side will usually loosen up a little more than the other. So I like to just double check them all. And this one, okay. Okay. And let me just see what you're saying. Oh no, Stacy, I'm sorry. Tell your phone to stop dying when you want to use it for things. All right. After we cut this, we'll do the shadow cat soap. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. There we go. And let's go ahead and pull one out of the middle. Tink. There. So we got some, if the camera would focus. I can't tell if it's focusing. But we got a really cool like purple and oatmeal swirl. I'm gonna set this here. I'm gonna adjust so hopefully I can see you guys better. Does the oatmeal help it taste better? If you're volunteering to be a taste tester, I'll send you some with and without oatmeal and you can let me know. But hashtag don't try this at home. It probably tastes bad either way, I'm guessing. Wow, you guys have a storm over there? Here's the next one. That's kind of cool, that swoop. Oh, and here's how the top looks. I mean, the camera's not going to focus. I guess you can kind of see down here a little better because the camera's fighting me. Here's that one. What happened with the storm? I hope it wasn't anything bad. Oh, night, Stacy. Hopefully you get your electricity back. Well, hopefully it's snow and not ice. Snow is better than ice. There's a little pocket of oatmeal right there that didn't get completely mixed in right there. That looks kind of cool. All right, and there's that. That's neat. It has like a more of a diagonal line and then the swirls around it. I like this right here. It looks like little feathers or something. And this is the end piece. This is just some of the soap that the wire shaved off. And then here's the other side. There's that one. You had ice and 7 inches of snow. Wow. Wow. You could build some really cool snow forts. Here's this. We've been getting snow here also. I don't know if I call it a storm. It's like incredibly calm and peaceful and really white and pretty out there. Little lone purple splotch in the middle, just hanging out. And here's the side. And this is the other end, and here's that soap that got shaved off by the wire. That's really cool. So those are the oatmeal bars from the main large mold there. And now we've got the small ones to do. So what I'm going to do is really quick. I'm just running my fingers down the wires to collect the soap crumbs. That way they don't drag through the other bars. All right, I'll put that in a little collection mold. Whoops. And I'll put it this way. And this will give us little samples on either side. Get it mostly centered there. Okay. There we go. That's really pretty. It looks like little white flowers hanging down. Well, that's kind of cool. I know somebody was asking me last time if this would all be one solid color. So now you can see when I mix the two, what happens. It kind of just mixes in the mold and looks like that. Here's the last one. This one has a lot of purple with some like wispy oatmeal swirls. And then this side, you can see the rest of the oatmeal. And then here are the end pieces, which will be used for samples. It's kind of cool. This came from the same mold, but this one is mostly oatmeal with some purple, and this is mostly purple with some oatmeal. It's kind of neat. I'm thinking what I'll do with this. Let's see. I bet we can make some like narrow sample bars out of it or something. Trying to decide the best way to do this without having a lot of waste. And maybe just a tiny bit more. Okay. There we go. So this could be 2 sample bars if I cut it that way. Let's see what you guys are saying real quick. Wow, emergency vehicles only. That's crazy. What state are you in? You got a lot of rain, and the snow was over your ankles. Wow, you guys, that's awesome. So there's how those little bars look. Here's this side. Hopefully everybody's staying safe. I mean, I like the snow, but I know that it can be dangerous if people aren't careful, so hopefully everybody's okay. Here's that last one there. You see how shiny the gold is on top? I really like this gold for dusting the tops of the soaps because I like how it's metallic looking when it's done. Ohio? Oh yeah, okay. Seems like there was supposed to be a storm coming through. Everybody was saying how there was supposed to be so much snow. I don't think we got as much as they said we were going to get, like anywhere near it. Everybody was panic buying, going to the grocery store and buying, as somebody pointed out, all the water and bacon. And probably the toilet paper too. The only thing I went to the store for was some almond milk. Luckily they still had some. Okay, because I had to make the soap here. Oh yeah, you're in Indiana. Okay. What part of Indiana? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I know not everybody wants to say, where they're from exactly. So that's totally fine. I'm gonna change my gloves because I don't want to get any of this soap in the new batch that I'm making. And I'm just gonna set this on the shelf. Real quick, we'll put that away. That'll give us some space to make the cat soaps. I'm gonna go get a rag to wash this off. Wow, they canceled your schools, huh? Whoops. Just a sec here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Bean Blossom? That's a really cute name for a town. I've seen some really cute ones. I'm gonna clean this up here. And then we can start making the next soap. Let me just grab these. Okay. This smells really good, by the way. This smells really strong of lavender. Like, has a really, really strong lavender scent. When this particular essential oil, I really like. It has a very true lavender scent to it, and it doesn't seem to fade as much as some of the others that I've used. So, really happy with it. All right, we're just going to move these out of the way. And today's cat soap, I'm going to get some wool. Oh, you know, let me do this first. Let me set this microphone down so I can put these soaps. I'm going to put these soaps. Let me see if I have room on the shelf. One second. There we go. All right, looks like I had space. So let me go ahead and set these on the shelf. And I'll be back in a minute. And I know Felicia always tells all of us, to behave, but I don't see the point because I can't control you guys anyway. So do whatever you want. It's actually kind of funny. I always wonder what Felicia imagines we'll be doing if we're not behaving. All right, what are you guys saying? Okay. All right, let me go grab the oils that we'll be using. So, yes. So like we just made, that lavender soap that we just made, the one that we just cut. We're gonna use the same gigantic bucket for the oils because we're going to use the big mold as well. Let me grab the mold so it's ready. And then I've also got a couple side small molds. So here is the other large mold, just like the one we used a minute ago. This is my other one. I've only got 2 of those. So, okay. Reorganizing my brain here a little bit. I just have to get all the supplies that we will be using to make the soap. I thought we could do a cute little design of like green grass and a blue sky. I thought that would be kind of cute with a kitty cat. Even though I don't let my cat go outside, you know. All right. But it's just details. No one's going to pay attention to the details. Let me get the fragrance oil ready. We're going to use, it's a Love Spell dupe. It's a really super sweet and juicy fragrance. Some people describe it as youthful. I don't know if it has florals. I feel like it does. I think it does have a couple of florals, but they're not the prominent fragrance. It's more of like a juicy, kind of fruity, like grapefruit type scent, and pineapple or something is really good. It's really, really good. And then here are the colors. Move this out of the way. I've got titanium dioxide, the white. I believe that's brilliant blue and green vibrance. And I've got the white all over my hands. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, brilliant blue. It's by Nurture Soap. And green vibrance by Nurture Soap. And this produces a really, really nice blue. And also a nice green as well. But I'm not planning to make the green super potent. And the blue also I'll be muting down with a little bit of the white because I want it to be more of like a sky blue and less of like a, I don't know, not sky blue. Right now I'm questioning my judgment here. This might be a terrible idea. Okay. But we must move forward. We're here already, so I'll just get myself an extra one of these containers. I'm going to need a couple of these medium-ish sized small ones and the big white one, which I have over there already. All right. Behaving is no fun, right? I know. Yeah, Cindy Lou, a lot of people like using lavender oil to help them sleep. It just helps them relax. It's not going to knock you out. It's not like a medication or anything, but for some people, if they feel like anxious in the evening or they can't relax, they'll sometimes use lavender to kind of help them relax and just feel better. It's the same idea as like chamomile or chamomile if you want to pronounce it like that. I do not know if it has an official, like, it's a potato thing to me. Okay, just a second. My desk is sitting on its extension cord and rocking. That scares me. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got this. My stick blender. Yeah, Patty, yeah, it is very calming, for sure. And it also smells good, and it's one of those, universal scents. Even though it's a floral, it's very gender neutral. So it's not something that people will smell and go, oh, that smells girly or anything. So people put it in a lot of popular men's fragrances. If you look at the fragrance notes, a lot of them contain lavender. It's a very familiar scent. And but like I said, even though it's a floral, it's not super feminine. I'm just putting a new pair of gloves on. Okay. Pay no attention to the colorant that I spilled all over the table. All right, so I'm going to add some of this white to this blue. I want it to be a much lighter blue color. And I don't know, I think that'll be enough white for the white portion. Maybe a little more in the blue. I want to make sure that's a light, like a lightish blue. Yeah, lilac is very pretty. That's another one I have. I had a friend who really liked lilac, and I made her some soap with the lilac. But lilac, man, that accelerates so fast. When I made her soaps, I had to have everything else done already, like have it all divided up, had the color in it and everything ready to go. I poured some lilac in and then whisked it in by hand and poured it in the mold. And as I was pouring it in the mold, it was setting up. It was that fast. So lilac is one of those where it smells amazing, but you have to work fast. It goes from a liquid to a solid in about, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds. I was just shocked. I know florals move fast, but that was unbelievable. And it smells so good, though. And okay, so here's what we're going to do. Get my bearings here real quick and figure out. So I think what we'll have to do is, this doesn't really accelerate, but just in case, I'm going to mix it in separate, like at the end with the colors, after I separate the batter. This is supposed to be on this side, so I'll move this around. And I will go ahead and pour the lye into this bucket of oils. We'll mix it up until it's, mixed-ish. These colors or the oils are looking a little bit opaque because they're starting to cool off. Because it's really cool here today, indoors. And yeah, so just a second. My stick blender is still wet from being washed. Let me just. Yeah, it looks like it'll be okay. Well, if it starts smoking, I'll have to switch to my other one. Okay. And then, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and mix the lye water in with the oils, and then I will pour it out into the different containers, mix in the colors, and then at the end I will mix in the fragrance, and then we'll start layering, because we got to put the cats in. And I'm going to do like the plan. Things don't always go according to plan, but the plan is to put the green at the bottom, and then put the cats on top like they're sitting on the grass, and then put the blue and white, like I'm going to do like a blue and white swirl and put that on top, so it's like a sky with like clouds or whatever. And yeah, that is the plan. So we will see what we accomplish. In the end, it'll be soap one way or another, right? But all right, so here's the lye water. I'm just gonna give it one last stir real quick. Make sure there's nothing. Yeah, everything looks good. I'm gonna pour this in. And so at this point now that this is poured in here, this is kind of the point of no return. I can't, stop to do anything. So it might take, like if you guys say anything in chat, it might take me a minute to respond. So I apologize for that. All right. And also, since this is the oils and the lye are both really, really cool, we run the risk of what's called a false trace. It's where it starts to thicken up. Like this looks pretty thick, and it's like, oh no, it's gonna, it's gonna thicken up on me, but then it'll separate instead because it's not actually at trace. So I'm gonna give it a couple more, I don't know, minutes or so, seconds. But the false trace is also another reason to, do the fragrance at the end, because then you're giving it one last mix. So if it is a false trace, then, I'll kind of find out right away. Because it'll, well, hopefully. Okay, so we'll let that sit. And I'll put the white in here. And I'm not going to do a whole lot of green. I want the majority of this to be blue and white. So I'm going to put the green in one of these. And I'll just have to remember that I'm doing 3 molds and not 1. So I'll put that there. And then this one is for the blue. Making sure I'm doing this right. Measure twice and cut once, right? Or in my case, measure twice and panic. Okay. Making sure you guys aren't saying anything. Why aren't I paying attention to you? I don't know, Ian. I don't like you no more. That is not true. Okay. Alright, what I'm going to do here is do the white first, and then I'll do the blue and then the green. That way I don't have to clean the blender in between each one. That should be enough. We'll start with that and see how that looks. Alright, there we go. That's starting to whiten up. There's that. Okay. And then I'll just do the blue next. Actually, I'll do the green because whatever's left will go into the blue. So here's the green. I don't want too much of that. Just want some. And then blue. Yeah, you can see it's separating. So this is not at trace yet. That's totally fine because it still needs a lot of mixing. So this is not going to hurt it. I'll do a little more green. And hit the camera while I'm at it. Alright. Let me just stick this in here for the moment. And I will get a spatula. Just reading what you guys are saying here real quick. Okay. Yes, everybody is welcome. Ian is just trolling me. Don't worry. I've had worse. I could take it. I'm not crying, you're crying. Okay. So I'm going to scrape all this out because there's quite a bit of batter in here. Let's see. Alright. Okay, so now I'm going to put this bucket on the floor because I feel like it. There. And now we will mix the blue. So you can see it's got this kind of like a lighter blue because I added that titanium dioxide. Alright, there we go. That looks much nicer. That looks good. Good enough. Okay. Now, for something completely different. I'll go ahead and get off some of this blue because it's not going to hurt the green really, but yeah. Alright. Now we'll do the green. And of course the green is being stuck to the side, so there we go. You can see all that green on there, kind of stuck. We will get this off of here. Oh, also, I didn't mention it, so I probably should have. I put on the face shield so that I don't spray myself in the face with soap batter. That's why I sound like I'm in a tin can. Alright. We'll be brave and put that there and hope nothing bad happens. I see eyeballs. Alright, stir this up. There we go. That's better. Okay, that's a lot more even. This is a nice green, a nice blue. Something about clouds. I'm going to go ahead and pour in the fragrances now, I think. Let me just get the molds. Make sure everything is right here. Everything's here. Cat's over there. Okay. Alright, so. Because I do not want any unpleasant surprises, basically. Okay, so a little bit of this in the green. Okay, that's good enough. Now, I don't really want any of the green to go into the blue, just because, you know, we will have teal on our hands, and then a teal sky would be very pretty, but yeah, so I'm going to try to get most of this off. There we go. Okay. Let's move this here. Pink. And stick this back on here. Put this in here. Okay. Whoa. Alright. Pour most of this in here. Actually, yeah. Wondering how much I want to blend into the white, but I guess it doesn't matter. Alright. I'm going to scrape these sides down. Alright, there we go. Get some of that blue off the bottom. Should have done that earlier, but it doesn't matter. We'll mix it in now. It'll be fine. Alright. Alright. There's that. Alright. That looks pretty well mixed, so we'll stop there with that. And check see what you guys are saying. Thank you, Lorna. You like that color again, the blue? Now this is starting to set up, so we'll hurry up and get this mixed in. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's see here. Well, thank you. I'm glad you guys like the colors. I feel like it's always a surprise whatever I'll get. I mix them up thinking, this looks nice, and you never know. Okay, so here's what we got to do first. I've got to pour in some of the green. And then I have to pour the cats in and then the blue. Oh, and before I get to that part, get rid of this as quickly as possible because we're running out of time. I don't want this to turn solid on me. But we need to mix this white in with the blue so that we get like a cloudy, swirly kind of effect, hopefully. So from way up high, since this is a big jug down there, I'm going to hit the camera, I guess. So hopefully you guys can still see. Yeah, you can, sort of. This camera is, yeah, I need to get like a real studio someday. Okay. There we go. All right, so that will give it hopefully some nice white clouds in the blue sky. Yeah, this was a blue. This one's okay to use. So I'm going to use that to push out all the white. There we go. Okay. We're going to do the large mold first, and then we'll do the smaller one. So let me get that set up. So we're done with the white. We'll set this over here. Okay. All right, so here's the green. We're going to put a little bit of this at the bottom. And then just kind of get it to flow in all the corners. Tap out air bubbles like that one. There we go. That's better. All right. And then I've got the two other molds. Whoa. We'll go ahead and put a little bit of this in the bottom of these also. Find out how much we need exactly. And then anything left over can go back into the big mold. But I think this is pretty good. Yeah. Looks okay. That looks okay. I'll put a little bit more in each one and then call that good because we need to move on before the rest of it sets up. So that's the only problem with these complicated designs is that, I'm working against the clock because as soon as these start to set up, like there's nothing you can really do to loosen it back up again. Sometimes you can mix it, like take the stick blender to it again, or add some more oil or something, but then you end up risking having like a really soft soap and from adding oils or whatever. So I try to avoid all that. Okay. Plus, if you have like something like this, then they just mix together instead of having a separate design. Also, I'm going to go ahead and wipe the green off the sides here on that side. It's not necessary, but kind of don't want a green sky. I do that on this side too. Okay. All right, now for the cats. Oh boy, oh boy. Get this. Ta-da! Kitty cats. All right, so let's do the small ones first so they're out of the way. Here they are. This is how they look on the side. This is the same as my the other cat soaps that I've made. The same like sitting down kitty cat. And I'm going to go ahead and plop them in carefully, hopefully. There we go. We just want them like sitting, kind of just sitting there. Okay, that one's really well centered. That one came out good. Okay, so this one, the only thing I'm worried about is the possibility of getting like air pockets under the cats. It doesn't hurt the soap again. It just, when you want it to look perfect and it doesn't. Okay, good enough on that. Good enough on that. Those two are fine. So I'm going to set these aside. And then, I didn't think this through. I was like, oh, I'll just pick up the whole thing and plop. And yeah, maybe. Let's see. It may have, I made this, yeah, okay, it looks like it will. Okay, good. I made it this afternoon, and I was hoping it would dry out enough to hold itself together. So we'll see. If it breaks, it breaks. Nope, perfect. All right. Well, that was ideal. Okay, perfect. All right, so we've got a little gap in front and behind, which is perfect. Wow, that couldn't have come out better if I planned it. Okay, so I'm going to turn it so I can go this way with the soap and pour it in. Let me just double check, see if you guys see anything. Okay, phew, didn't miss anything. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pour this in. Actually, first, I'm going to tap out air bubbles because it's easier to do in the pot than it is to do in the mold. And I see little air bubbles coming up, so it's working. Okay, that's about as good as I'm willing to get it. All right, so I'm going to pour this over the top of the cats because I want it to spill in the front and the back. And I'm using the spatula to break the fall so it doesn't just push the cats. I don't want it to just push them in. Like push it left or right. Like if I put more soap on one side of the mold, it would push the cats back or forward. So, all right. So that's basically it. Tapping out air bubbles, getting it level. And then these two little ones. I apologize. My back is still recovering, so every little thing I do is a massive strain. So if you hear me over here making noise, that's what that is. All right, so there's that. And hopefully I have enough to fill this one. I think I do. Yes. Perfect. Oh, I'm so glad. Okay, I was not sure. But this turned out really, really nice. Okay. Now, I really like the ribbony effect on the top of this, like marble or ribbon or something. But I kind of want to put something on top, like maybe some glitter or a little bit of gold or something. I'm not sure. Or maybe just take the chopstick through it and make a pretty design. I think for these little ones, I might do that. What did I do with my chopstick? Let me check what you guys are saying. Chopstick. Here it is. So, what do you guys think, real quick, before this sets up? Do you guys want something on top? Like, do you think a gold would be top on pretty, or just leave it? I know. It'd be nice if putting the clouds in resin was as easy. I agree. I've seen some people do the method where they drop the alcohol inks in the resin and it spreads out and makes like a nebula effect, but it's not easy to plan. It just kind of goes where it wants. Okay, I'm going to try doing a little swirl on this one. We'll see how it looks, and then we'll kind of decide if we want to do more. So I'm going to swirl the top. Every time I do this, I think it's going to look awful and I'm going to regret it, but then it somehow manages to be okay. Okay, so here's how it looks with the feathery swirl. And this is how it looks without. I almost like that better, but leave it alone. Everybody's like, leave it alone. Does it need gold? Okay, so I won't add any color. What about the swirl? Do you guys like this like feathery swirl on top? Oops, this way. Or leave it like that. I almost like the feathers because it's like a cat toy on top of the soap. Both are pretty. Okay. I'll go ahead and swirl the top just because I feel like if I don't, it's unfinished. Even though, in fact, I'm going to do a different swirl, like the same as that one, but like do one extra step. So I'm going to go this way. I'm going to turn it and go this way. And then I'm going to turn it one more time and go this way again. So it's the same thing, but it's more lacy and delicate looking. But I almost like it better that way. I don't know. Yeah, I like the feathers too, City Lou. Maybe it's just because I'm used to it being the other way. Let me go ahead and clean this stick off, and then we'll do the big mold. Oh, I've got a drop over here. All I can say, guys, is I'm so glad that those cats didn't fall apart. You have no idea the anxiety. I like making these larger soaps, but every time I do a design in them, it's like, I don't know. I need hands that are more steady, I think. Okay, so I'm going to try this one. This one's starting to set up, though, so I don't know if it's going to... I'll have to tap it out real good afterwards. I swirl this. There we go. We'll go this way. Yeah, I think the swirls are good on that. There we go. Okay, let me tap this out. My table does not like this. Okay. We actually got a couple of air bubbles out, so it's a good thing I did that. There we are. All right. And we still have a little tiny bit of soap in these. Let's see if we can squeeze it out into one of the oval molds. I'll put this here. Move this out of the way. All right. Oh, and the lid. It needs a lid on top. Ta-da! All right. Oh, yeah. I have my microphone on. I almost just walked off. Yanked everything off the desk. Okay. My mold. Just see what you guys are saying real quick. great night, Lorna. Thanks for hanging out. Let me see what you guys are saying here. Yeah, the feathers look more professional. Yeah, probably. You're probably right. Let me see here. Yeah, Stormy. Yeah, this is how I did the little dinosaurs. But I did them in only the small mold. I didn't make a big mold of them. Although I guess I could at some point. If you guys really like them, I could always make more. And that video of making the dinosaur soaps, it should be on my live. It should be listed on under my live streams if you want to see how I made those. I did the same thing. I made the little dinosaurs ahead of time, and we put them in the soap and then poured the batter over them. But the batter was green, and I did like a dirty pour. I poured the two greens together and then poured it into the mold, and then I cut it. Like if I poured it this way, I cut it this way, so you saw the ends of the pour instead of seeing the length of the pour. So it gave it kind of a, I don't know, almost like a camo green kind of a design. I don't know if I can scrape any out of here. Well, there's not very much left. Let me see. This is what happens when I make the correct amount of soap, I guess. All right. Some green. I think the white, I already did all the scraping. Now I just hope that when we cut it, that it still looks cute. Because sometimes, like, in my head I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be awesome, and then I cut it and I'm like, I could have done it differently. But I just think that the cats need something to sit on. That was the main thing when I made them last time. I felt like the cats needed something to be sitting on so they didn't look like they were just floating in the air. And I didn't want like solid blocks of color. I was just going to make the soap all white and just put the cats in it, but I have a different what do you call it, like soap cutter, like cookie cutter thing for a design like that would look better. The one with the cat sitting like that, I feel like it needs like a background. But the other one with the cats, I don't know, maybe I'll do that on the next live or something and show you what I mean. But that one, the cutter is almost too tall for the molds, so I have to mound the molds so that the cat fits. There we go. Let's just scrape all this out. I don't know why I'm bothering with this. I think it's just because it smells good. I don't want to waste it. Okay. I go around the edge here. This is one of my favorite fragrances. This is right up there with that that one that you guys like from Nurture Soap, the Star Showers, and the Smell of the Rainbow. It's like that. It's really, I don't know, it smells really, really good. There we go. Hey, look, it's the earth. If it drowned and got stretched out. Alright, I'm just saying here what you guys are saying. The little feet. Oh, the one on top. Yeah. The little dinosaur footprints on top. Yeah, when I was ordering the little dinosaurs, the cutouts, the little, cutters to make them, not everybody carries, because I get them off of Etsy, because I try to support, other creators and whatnot. I could not find one person who had all the things that I needed. And after I ordered the dinosaurs, I was like, I wonder if somebody else has the feet. So I looked around, and sure enough, somebody else had the feet. So that was a win. Massive win. I'll go get it and show you in case you guys didn't see the... I think you all saw them by now, but I'll just double check. Oh, here's how it looks with the Brontosaurus stamp, Stacy. I got the, wait, she's not here. Never mind. That's right. Her phone died. But I got the Brontosaurus stamp on there. And then here's the little feet on top. Yeah. Yeah, so I got the Brontosaurus on there. Only because I wanted to put him in the soap like these solid ones are. Because the neck and head part, the top of the cutter, wasn't open, I couldn't push the head out without breaking, because I could push out the body, but then the head and neck just snapped off. So I need to find another way of using that cutter. What I might do is just cut it or melt it so that just that little top part where the neck and head come together. Zip this up. There we go. So I guess we just have to wait until I guess we'll cut these on Saturday. It's Thursday, isn't it? Yeah, so we'll cut it Saturday. You guys will get to see how the cats look. And then, so that's what the plan for Saturday. We'll cut these soaps and probably make the other Valentine's Day soap just for fun. So I got the little hearts that I've been waiting on. So I can make the heart soaps. And then I did get the stuff for the flamingo to make the flamingo soaps. So that's another soap that we could make probably Monday. I will see. And of course, leave comments and suggestions of any soaps, any designs you want me to make, because most of these soaps were made based off your guys' suggestions. And you guys come up with some really, really fun stuff that I wouldn't think of. And so I just love being able to use your ideas and then making them into soap. It's really fun. So definitely leave some comments. Oh yeah, Stormy, I made a whole bunch. Even the ones that I didn't do live, a lot of them were viewer suggestions. But I try to do mostly just viewer suggestions now, aside from like even these cats were actually a special order from somebody, so they wanted me to make more cat soap. So I made those for her. So most of the soaps here are requests from people, and that's what I prefer to do it that way. So if you want, you can go back and watch some of the other ones I made and see if anything gives you any inspiration, and let me know, and I'll try to make whatever you can come up with. I've got a couple on the list. I have the flamingos that somebody wanted. Ian suggested the Agent Orange soap, that orange scrubby soap. I have to wait until I can get some more of the potassium hydroxide, because I have to do a dual lye method for that, and then I have to get jars to put it in. So that's what's holding up that one. And but yeah, everything else, I'm just putting it on. Each week I try to, or each live I try to do a different design that you guys suggested. So, all right, Cindy Lou, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us. So I will see you guys. Let's see. Yep, Saturday. I will see you guys Saturday, and we will cut these soaps and then make probably, like I said, the Valentine soap. And then any suggestions you have, please leave them in the comments or in the live chat, and I will write them down and try to get everything made, because that's what makes this so much fun. So thanks for hanging out, everyone, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.